It's a 200 wood, 100 coin start, and the matchup is Brits against China, with Ansys here in the top playing as the blue Brits, and um, Yurashic playing as China in the red color on the bottom. Both picking up quite nice treasures. China picking up Freitag, the Macaque, and 40 wood for the Brits. Neither really scouting in the best pattern. The best pattern is really to go into the middle here and like take these 2 big treasures and take these 4 sheep, but neither of them are really doing that. Um, Sorry for the interruption. Yeah, so China just scouted this 85 wood treasure in the middle and found the four goats in the middle as well, which is really good for China so far. China finding already 6 goats. Not going for the treasure somehow, maybe thinking that the Brits player is nearby, but the Brit player on the other hand is going for the 35 food. Not the best treasure. He somehow also missed this 50 wood here. It seems like both players not really acquainted with the maps, but not too big of a deal. If one of them was like a lot more acquainted than the other, then it would be a big deal, but since neither of them are really doing the best stuff, it doesn't really matter. Yurashic kind of forgetting about this sheep here, finding more sheep here. I'm surprised he didn't go for the wood treasure. That would be really nice for him to get like his village up faster without having to chop as much wood. And Ansys here being content with these small treasures. It hasn't even been to the middle. Not sure why. Ansys here just doing a normal start, 2 manners, no market, leaving the 100 crate here ungathered. Not doing the best job herding. These vills should never have been so far from the TC. Yurashic on the other hand doing a better job. Not the best either, but decent. He's already herding this one here, or he will do that one here, and he already herded this one into his base. Northern Refugees has just been sent for Yurashic, and 3 vills just been sent for Ansys here. And all these goats now gathering on the villages. He has 8 in total. 9 in total. So like, he found 8. 9 actually, if you count that one. 10 even. Wow, he found like all goats. That's really bad by Ansys here to let that happen. The goats are not as important for Brits, but to deny them to the Chinese player, that's pretty big. On the other hand, he did kind of pick up the better treasures because, yeah, Yurashic did not really pick up any treasures at all. He picked up the Macaque and then he picked up the 40 XP, and he just went to look for all the goats. So it's kind of a trade-off there. Although I think he could have wow, no reason why Ants should delete that, but okay. Yeah, so Yurashic just went to go for all the treasures. Sorry, for all the sheep, livestock instead of the treasures, while Ansys here kind of ignored all the livestock and went for all the treasures. So let's see if he finds that 50 wood treasure, or if he'll come in to steal his 30 hit points, XP on the hit points. Summer Palace coming up from Yurashic here, and I assume Brits is just doing a tower age up. I can't see it right now, but we'll see it soon enough. He just made a market. Ooh, he's really low HP. Let's see if he can get it. He will get it. That's quite nice, because now also he might have enough hit points to get away, because he'll also age up right now. So he might be able to sneak off here. That was a nice deal, not because it matters too much to the British, but it matters a lot to China. So to deny that to the Chinese is basically a win for the Brits. He did age up with 500 food, which is interesting, and I expect a rush to come in, and we can see 2 barracks is going down. He decides to build one first and then the other instead of 2 at the same time. Not sure what is exactly better. You'll now train 5 musketeers faster from this one. On the other hand, otherwise you would have been easier on the macro because you don't have to balance both barracks because all the batches finish at the same time. He is still gathering a lot of wood, so I expect it will be an X-bow pike rush and not a musk rush. Not sure how I feel about that. 700 wood coming in now, so it will definitely be a pike rush. If he decides to go for the villages, it might be nice. Otherwise, I'm not sure. X-bow pike rush is still quite dangerous for China, I feel. But he did get a lot of sheep, and at least this village is not very exposed. So let's see what Ans decides to do. He's first gonna kill a Vil, and he will definitely get one. Yurashic not responding early at all. He could have saved them both, but he will lose one now. 700 coin has been saved by Yurashic, so I expect him to age up quite soon with Confusion Academy. I don't think he'll go tower against this rush. The Explorer now coming in to fight off the pikes, and Minuteman being called here. Let's see if the pikes will be scared away or whether they'll take the fight. He decides to run away, so Minuteman has kind of been wasted here by Yurashic. Not sure. They might come into play later. May not. I'm not sure. It depends what the next batch will be of Yurashic. Of Ants. If Ants makes 10 longbows here, then the Minutemen have kind of been wasted. On the other hand, if he makes 10 more pikes, then the Minutemen can still be used because the pikes shouldn't be able to target them. The game has been paused currently because Yurashic has a mouse problem, so. And he's ready to go, so we'll continue from here. As you can see, right now the Chinese Explorer has almost 700 HP. If he had 30% on that, then he would have had like close to 850 to 900 HP. So that's quite a big deal that he didn't get that treasure. And only 6 longbow coming in. Ans is here not having the best macro apparently. Maybe he forgot to finish his batch because of the pause. The pikes just smashing in right now, trying to kill the Minutemen, which are all like depleted to 1 HP, and he gets them quite easily. War Academy being built, 700 wood apparently has been shifted by Yurashic, and now also the Confusion Academy. But the War Academy here is in a bad spot and it's being destroyed, and that's quite big for China because he now has to gather wood, I think, to remake it. And also 700 wood means that he will not be able to really hold off this first pressure here. He already used his Minuteman, and these longbow will be enough to really kill these spikes and bows. He could have had a lot bigger mass. His mass is not really the biggest. Kind of his macro being off here, I feel. And now China is already up, so yeah, this rush didn't do the damage it should have done. It killed one village, it killed some units, but yeah, really, I don't think it did enough damage. Yeah, if Ants had better macro, he could have had like 20 longbows right now, and then he could have stayed in the fight. Now he kind of has to back up because of these 8 skirms. And if he could have stayed in here, then he could have denied these war academies again. He could have maybe gotten another village. So yeah, his rush was just a bit too slow and a bit too weak to really do damage. And as we can see here, Yurashic is gathering these goats, and that's really big because they have fattened now to 300, and they gather a lot faster than hunts, which means that he doesn't really have to be on hunts. Yeah, you can see that he has most of his vills on the mines, a few on wood, and a few on the livestock. One of them is being wasted here right now because they're only gathering from one of them. So another village going down to replace the other one, otherwise he'll be popped. I expect soon 5 cav to come, maybe intervention, not sure. We see no more units really from Ants. Apparently he added a stable, so I expect some hustlers. 600 wood I feel like being sent, so I guess that's why his mass was off, because he went 5 villagers after 700 wood, pretty sure. That was probably a mistake. He could have had a larger mass if he went double crates instead of crates villagers. At the same time, it does mean that his eco is probably pretty good, and he just did the damage he wanted to do and is now content to sit back and let China try to remax on an inferior wonder, because let's face it, the tower wonder is the preferred one, and having to replace like villages in awkward spots. Although this is not the worst spot, it does cover trees and this hunts. While Brits is booming away in the back. I just wonder, like I can't see how many villages he has, but it seems like he's around 110 right now. No more, he's about 140 to 150, so that's quite decent. And he has nice longbow mass now. I think he should not attack. I don't know if he's trying to. It seems like he is. I don't know if I like that. He should definitely also make a bit more anti-cav and a bit more hustlers before he tries to push in. At the same time, his army might be better. Yeah, now, yeah, exactly. This is the thing against China, right? They can just pop like some calf batches and some other things at the same time, and yeah, here comes the 5 meteor hammers, and they'll just really destroy your army if you get caught in the wrong position. And these units here are being forgotten by Ants, and these 8 pikes or 10 pikes, I don't know exactly, and 6 musketeers are really needed in this fight, because there's a lot of cavalry coming here, and he doesn't have that much anti-cav at this moment. And I hope he doesn't forget about it. The pikes are coming, but the musketeers aren't yet. At the same time, he is doing quite well in the fight, actually. There wasn't much anti-cav for Yurashic either. And the Hussars doing quite good against the Chinese cav. And the longbows, Ants did a great job at picking off all the redcoats. Like, there's only one of them still left, two of them still left alive. But we can really see here that those musketeers, if they had been in the fight, this would have gone so well for the Brit player. At the moment, more longbows coming in, but no anti-cav is there to fight off this new batch of Chinese cavalry that just came in. And yeah, this fight looked like it was going well for Ants, but in the end it didn't, because a new batch of Chinese cav came in, and yeah, these musketeers were sorely missed in the fight. If they had been there, I'm pretty sure that Ants would have pulled through. Right now, these 5 cav, 4 cav here can do quite well, because there's not really anything that can pick off the musketeers, these few units here being straggled along. But at the moment now, China will remax much more than the British player, I feel, and it will be hard for the Brits player to hold off this flying crow push. And there's 4 more cav being shipped, 6 cavalry being sent from the consulate, and he really should not push. He really should go back. Not sure what he's trying to do. 10 more musketeers coming in, or rather 8 more musketeers, but I don't think it's enough. He has to wait. Really, he can't be caught off guard again. I would have really liked his position if he hadn't attacked, but rather shipped upgrades. And yeah, yes, he sees this army now, and I feel like he will go back. 1 more cavalry being trained. He has like 600 coin shipped before, or 700. There must be a bit of lag because Yurashic is losing like 2 muskets for free there, which he really can't afford because it's kind of his only anti-cav at this moment. And we can see trademark Yurashic move here. Monastery being dropped and all vills on coin. So soon I guess we'll see Manchu. And maybe whatever mercs are in here. I can't really tell. At the same time, the remax from the Brit player is not very big. He's making a lot of cav, but I feel like he needs more longbowmen and more musketeers at the moment to fight off this army. These cavalry will just kind of die to the Chengdaos and the musketeers, and there's not... Oh, he's taking the trade route. I'm not sure how I feel about that. If he had turned those units... that's like 400 wood. If he turned that into longbows, that's what he needs right now. He doesn't need a TP. And he's gonna lose all his cav trying to kill the Flying Crow, and the Flying Crow is not even that strong. That was really a mistake. He should have just fought against the cav instead of trying to run through them to kill the Flying Crow. The Flying Crow is down now, mostly thanks to the flanking musketeers here. At the same time, his infantry army trying to fight off the Chengdaos, which are attacking infantry instead of the cavalry, and the cavalry is attacking cavalry. So a bit of a micro mistake here by both players. And we have repentant corsairs being made by Ansys here. So apparently there weren't a lot of good mercs in there, because repentant corsairs is normally not the one you decide to make. At the same time, they do come in at the right moment, and yeah, more cav coming in, but that's not the unit. As I said, that's not the unit that he needs. He needs more musketeers. If he had like 10 more musketeers right now, or like 10 musketeers and 10 longbows, he would have been okay. But right now, these anti-cavalry units from China are just pulling through and killing all the reinforcements one by one from the Brit player. And he's in trouble now because he's kind of out of safe hunts. You can see a lot of vills dying here, more vills coming in, not sure why. 10 longbows here, but they can't kill the cavalry. Or if they kill the cavalry, then they're just gonna die to all the infantry. And you can see here big reinforcements coming in from the Summer Palace, a shipment, and some being trained. And yeah, the Brits player now in a lot of trouble, because China will just camp on his barracks and kill it all. And a lot of that comes down to a few bad decisions by Ansys here. He's still in the game, for sure. Not out of it at all. But he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. His cavalry being idle here. Another crow coming from the Confusion Academy. And these longbows just being picked off by the Corsairs, which maybe not the best unit, but still have like 350 HP and 6 speed, 28 attack. They're like sort of like a Hussar almost. Better in some ways. And not even that more expensive. They cost 200 coins, so they're about the cost of a Hussar. And I think from this point it will be really hard for the Brits player to come back. He somehow lost his Explorer and he's not finishing the trading post with a Vil. some minor mistakes, but enough of them to add up and costing Ansys here the game most likely. 6 longbows being shipped. He has 3 barracks now. Let's see if he can re-spam like 15 musketeers or 15 longbows with it. He's lucky that Yurashic is kind of killing useless buildings here and not pushing. I do expect like Manchu to come soon because he still has a lot of Vils on coin. I don't think he will make much more from the monastery. Just those 5 Corsairs, because that's all. He's going to kill all the houses. I really don't see why. He's giving the Brit player a lot of time to like rebalance himself, like refine himself and remax. Because really, he did take like army damage, but they did trade reasonably equally in the beginning. I hope he will not throw away these 5 cav. I hope he sees it. Please go back, please go back. Or snipe the crow, because neither of them is really paying a lot of attention. Yeah, Manchu now being shipped, and I think China will push quite soon. But right now, a lot of longbows has been made, and not much cav has been remade by Yurashic. So if Ansys here makes like musketeers only from here on out, he should be able to defend this off if he is not like losing like random Vils. His problem is that he's kind of out of food right now, and you can already see a mill being built by him, and the longer that goes on, the harder it will be for him to keep up. China still has a lot of resources, natural resources to gather from, and has attack advantage and better, more cost-effective units in general. A 6 musketeer raid here on the mine. So far not doing anything right now. Might be waiting for the fight to start and then move them in. A lot of longbows and a lot of cavalry here. That's kind of the right unit composition that he needs right now. The Manchu are useless against that. He only has like 1 cavalry. Hussar flank here. Flank coming here. Repellent volley being sent, which is not the best card. He shouldn't really walk a lot with his bows. Send Minutemen right now, and he should be actually okay to hold this fight, I feel. The 6 Musk not going for the raid in the end, instead just going for to join the fight. Or well, I don't know what they're doing. They're just like chilling there. In the end, though, the Chinese player did have the bigger mass and the better combination, and the longbows holding out quite decently here. But in the end, I don't think it will be enough. Still, 2 Manchu here being left. Let's see if Ants can pick them off. He's trying to now. Quite decent micro out of both players, and the longbows here might be able to pick off all these remaining units. But the problem is really that China now probably has the better eco, with a 2nd TC being built, still natural resources. The game, on the other hand, is still very, very close, and because China is pushing into the Brits economy here, he will probably be able to remax and kill off these few units, because he has successfully transitioned to mills. So I expect like 5 cavalry to pop right now, or like 10 musketeers to take off this flying crow and these few units really. And there's nothing that China can do against that. China, on the other hand, also kind of transitioning, adding a TC. Now 2 cavalry batches being trained, and they'll go for a raid. Nope, they're going back. Okay. A bit of indecisiveness here by Yurashic, which meant that he didn't finish the game when he could have. Right now, the score is really close, 10 points ahead by China, but it's not the biggest deal. On the other hand, it will be kind of hard for the Brits, I feel. He has to age up. Brits has to age up. China also transitioning onto rice paddies. Not really know why. He could have made like a village or a tower here and still gather from that. And he has this hunt here. Still a mine over there. A lot of remaining manors now coming down from Ansys here, like 4 of them, so that's nice. A lot of cavalry being made here by the Chinese player, and I hope that Ansys here will identify that and stop making a lot of longbows. What he needs right now is to make musketeers and hussars. The Manchu has been used. Ooh, iron troops sent now by Yurashic. And a nice raid here from Ansys here. Quite proactive play. Not as indecisive as Yurashic, but I hope he won't get caught here by all these. Yeah, now it's too late. He'll get caught, and he will lose quite a lot of hussars. There's no way that they can escape. Well, 4 of them do escape, it seems. No, 1 of them still gets snared because of the range on the Chinese cav, and he has to set 1 more loose here. No, Yurashic lets him go away. Perhaps afraid of whether there might be reinforcements, but there's not a lot of reinforcements coming here from Ants, which makes me believe that he's aging up, and that's the right choice, I think. He needs to age. On the other hand, there's quite scary moment here for him. There's a lot of Chinese cav, still like 8 British musketeers and iron troops, and this is it looks like a kind of small army, but it's deceptively strong. These iron troops basically don't die, and Ants is here being caught out on the map by all these longbows are just gonna die. And if he's aging right now, he'll probably just get walked over without really any chance. I don't know where his cav, the rest of his cav is. They're over there trying to raid, but there's nothing there. 2 more cavalry coming out, but it's really not enough, and you can see like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and that cavalry army just basically enough to destroy everything, and there's the GG. Let's ask. Yeah, apparently it was laggy, but I think it's Yurashic problem. Apparently he has a problem with his mouse. Need to buy a new mouse. Let's see, there should be like 1 more mouse in the house, come on. I don't think it's really fair to Ansys here to like play tomorrow. They scheduled for today, they should just play today, really. I mean, if Ants is okay with it, then it's fine, but if I was him, I would say play now. Yeah, and we can see here in the post game, he sent 5 vills. I think that was a mistake, and then he even sent 4 vills. He went really greedy. He had a lot of vill lead, but sadly he couldn't translate it into army. Like, he had an army advantage in the first fight, which would have gone quite well for him if he had those musketeers and pikes in the fight earlier. Sadly, it didn't happen. Perhaps the stable, if it had been more forward, would have been better for him as well. So back after a short delay. um, Yurashic is gonna have to pick first because he won last game, and then Ansys here will have to pick second. Both have to change Civ, however. So let's see what the matchup will be. Yurashic going for auto, and I only really know Ansys here as a Brit player, so I'm not sure what he would pick. He might pick France or Germany. He played a lot on the vanilla version, so I do expect a vanilla Civ to be picked. He's gonna mirror auto. Okay, that will actually be interesting. Our first RO auto mirror of the tournament on Baja California. So I know that Yurashic is pretty decent in this matchup still. Um, Although I also know that he likes to rush, kind of. So the start is 300 wood, and both players going for the TP. The Ants being the blue Ottoman player on top, going for the top TP. Ooh, what? No. Why? Apparently he changes his mind and goes for the middle one. That's a bad choice, I feel. Uh, the first one, the bottom one will have the first pass, and then the top one will have the next one. So this will basically mean that he will get his first pass at 2 minutes, or maybe even later. That's really late. So again, not really being aware of the map here. Um, he did immediately start hurting, while Yurashic did not. Both are Ottoman, however, so early herding is not really necessary, although in a mirror I'd say it's still good to do. That said, Ants killing the prong horse a bit far from his TC, and I mean it's not a lot of walking time, but still a lot of vills that have to walk it. So I think because they're over here and not over here, it's gonna cost him like 30 or 40 or 50 food in the long run. Yurashic doing a bit better job, like having one really close, but at the same time the rest also being quite far. And neither having picked up very good trash yet. 75 food for Ants, so that's nice. Will kind of make up for the herding. He's probably gonna pick up 60 food as well. Ooh, and it was apparently a 400 wood start. So what we see here is a house and the TP from Ants, but 2 TPs from Yurashic, and he will probably send Silk Road. Normally, I am not a fan. Not a fan of this that much, because I think it's worse than 3 vills first, but because it's a mirror, and he's now gonna pick up 60 wood, I do like it, because this means that he will be definitely having both of the TPs, like instead of this one being up for grabs later. And Silk Road, in the end, it's a bit worse than 3 vills early on, but later on, if he can keep on to the route, it will be better in the long run. Both players aging right now, and Ants is here gathering wood, probably for a house. He must have seen that Yurashic have gotten 2 TPs, so that he cannot get one more TP. Um, and Yurashic might even have saved the shipment. I'm not sure. I don't know if I saw Silk Road being shipped. We'll see it later. Yeah, this matchup can play out in a few ways. We can either see FF coming from both players, or we can see like semi-FFs or forward buildings. We can see a barracks here coming out from Ants, which can mean either a Jan rush or Jan Abyss. And Yurashic also aging with 400 wood, no tower, so it's unlikely that we'll see FF out of either of them. No forward vills though, so if he will make anything, he will probably make it in his base. Yeah, so a barracks being built here by Yurashic. Which probably indicates that he wants to do a Jan semi-FF, possibly with upgrading the route. Not sure what Ants is sending. We should see his shipment here first. 3 Hussars being shipped here by Ants. So he's going for an aggressive rush with unit shipment first. This is a variation. You could also send 5 Jans first, but instead he's going for 5 Jans from the barracks and 3 Hussars. Considering the size of the map, the 3 Hussars will definitely arrive sooner, so that will be quite nice. At the same time, the Hussars are a bit vulnerable to TC fire, and because we see an artillery foundry coming down right now and 700 wood here from Ants, which probably means that the route has also been upgraded, might be hard for Ants to deal with the next 5 Abyss because his cavalry will be already low. At the same time, he will pick off 1 Vil, maybe another Vil here. 5 Gens now here being able to fight off the 3 Hussars. And 2 Vils going down here. 700 wood now being shipped by Ants, so I feel like if he now goes to kill the TP, he has done quite enough damage to be ahead here. And then he can add a foundry of his own. And because he has map control, he can play it out from there. Instead, he's deciding to go for the aggressiveness, and he's killing quite a lot of Gens here. And nice micro here, picking off the injured Gens and not losing any Hussars to the Gens just yet. TC fire is being focused by Yurashic onto the Hussars. And Yurashic is in quite a lot of trouble right now because he shipped 700 coin, but he can't really gather from it, and he might lose the artillery foundry. I don't think he will. This might be a little bit of an overcommitment here by Yurashic, by Ants, I'm sorry, because if 5 Abyss pop here, the cavalry are quite low. At the same time, all Vils from Yurashic are in the TC, and because he did Silk Road, as we can see here in the crates, he is not able to have, he doesn't have that many Vils, and he already lost 2, so he's around 10 Vils right now, and they're all in the TC, right? He did send Minutemen and 5 Gens shipment to hold off the pressure, which he did right now, and that's what I said. I think it's kind of a overcommitment here. He didn't kill the foundry, but he could have killed a TP if he had gone there after the aggression. And now, however, he is adding a foundry of his own and the second barracks. Not sure if I like the barracks. I would have preferred maybe a market up or maybe a stable even. A stable would have been a lot better. You don't really need 2 barracks in this matchup. A stable would have been nice because he could train like 5 more Hussars and deal with the Abyss. On the other hand, he'll now have his own Hussars, on his own Abyss out soon because he shipped 700 coin as well. And we can see him going for the TP now. On the other hand, if Yurashic does decide to push out, he has to come back and defend his own base. He can lose the barracks because he made a second one, and he has 5 Abyss here and a few Jans, so he should have more. Oh, they're going back to deal with this Explorer. So quite a nice start here from Ants. I would say that he's ahead, but he has to be careful that he doesn't lose to Ants a timing push from Yurashic, because Yurashic does have a few more Abus, but soon I think this will be evened out. Yurashic is also on berries right now, and he just ships 700 food. So we'll see a few more Jans from him before he will push, I think, if he will at all. He kind of has to, because he's out of like good hunts, and he's not mining at the moment, so he probably has like his TPs on coin, and he just lost one TP, and I really hope that Ants is going to retake it. Ants also shipping food right now. I would have preferred to see coin, but he doesn't have it in his deck. His deck is not the best actually, especially in Fortress. He's missing a lot of cards. He's missing 8 Jans, he's missing 5 Hussars. Instead he has like eco cards that you don't really need. He has a Fortress, he's missing 1,000 coin. Not the best deck. It's a team deck from Ants here, and he's a team player, so it's to be expected. On the other hand, nice raid here from Ants. Is one Hussar, really a lot of value, and he killed another TP. That's really nice, and now he has to get out of there before the reinforcements here from Yurashic are gonna catch him. And Yurashic has the Abus lead, and he's picking off these Abus here now. 1 Abus, 1 Gen go down. 600 coin being sent here by Yurashic, and basically that's 700 coin, and 2 Abus going down, and that's he really can't have that happen. If he had a stable, then he didn't need as many Abus, but he doesn't, and he's behind. He's ahead in the Gen count, but behind in the Abus. So he really has to micro it perfectly to take this fight. On the other hand, he did kill both of the TPs, and since Yurashic lost like 3 vills and sent Silk Road, he's now quite a lot behind economically, because Silk Road affects the trade, how much you get from the trade posts if it's upgraded, but he doesn't have any trade posts right now, and he didn't send 3 vills, and he lost 3 vills on top of that, so he's like 6 vills behind. He does have a market though, which but Ants does have it too now. 600 wood being shipped here, so I expect him to retake these TPs. At least this one he can take right now. Yurashic does have a fish deck, and the upgrades here for the Abus, but he'll be in like a lot of he'll struggle to get out all of that, because he doesn't have any TPs and he doesn't have a lot of vills. Ants is here on the other hand, doesn't have any of the upgrades, which is quite bad. Right now it doesn't really come into play, but later it means like 1 less shot for Abus to kill another Abus. So 1 barracks will go down. I'm not sure why Ants is not contesting it here. He should split off his Abus from the Jans. 5 Jans now also coming, so he really has a lot more Jans, but he's behind on the Abus count, and he's not microing this as well as he could. Losing a lot of Jans for free because they are kind of like straggling out of range. And this is what I said, he should have had made a stable. If he had a stable, then like 10 of these Jans could have been 5 Hussars, and I really would have liked his position. Right now he's behind. Ooh, that was a nice volley there. He got three Abus at the same time, kind of evening it up right now. He does have the ability to remax a bit more. He does have more Jans as well, but now 3 Hussars coming from Yurashic, and let's see if they come into the fight here. All of the Jans now moving forward from Ants here, and also the Abus moving forward to pick off all of the Abus in the back here from Yurashic. The fight is kind of sloppy, a bit messy by both players, but in the end the mass from Ants here was just too much, and we can see all the Jans dying now, and I think that Yurashic will have a really hard time here, and he resigns. Good game. Yeah, he just couldn't remass. He had the Abyss advantage, but he didn't have the Jan advantage, and he didn't have the micro at the moment to really kite and do all, like, take all advantage he could from his from having more Abyss. The 3 Hussars came a bit too late. They didn't matter. It's like too many gens left here, and this is really a result of him being a bit too slow, going too greedy, basically. Silk Road and then upping the route against the rush. It's really hard to hold. Yeah, and we can see here that he's 7 vills behind. He lost 2 here, 1 more here, and maybe, I don't know. Apparently he lost 2 here. Yeah, he lost 2 vills here. Yeah, and yeah, Silk Road is just not. We have Ants here as the red player on top, or the left side, and Yurashic as another Russia player, actually also really from Russia, on the right side playing as blue.
And red, he is known as a great vanilla script.
Yeah, and he's picking up 50 coin and 50 wood by Yurashic being picked up.
I wonder if red is going to do a market now with the 50 coin start.
Both can do a market, to be honest,
Yeah.
like 50 coin or 50 wood. You need to gather 50 coin and 50 wood for the market.
I think blue will be rushing because he only picked up 60 wood from his crates. Because he got that wood treasure, so he now has two crates laying on the floor.
Yurashic actually picking on two times 50 wood.
Okay.
And he also has 90 wood here.
Oh,
so
that's insane.
The treasures are really OP for him.
He can have enough for a blockhouse right now if he gets that 90 wood treasure, actually.
Yeah.
Or very close to.
He did lose a lot of HP on the lion, but he will get this treasure.
Yeah, he will. But
and
the shame is I would maybe not send this to the wood trickle now, since he gets so much wood.
I don't know. It's kind of risky what he's doing, though. I mean, if Ants had gone there to scout, then he could steal that treasure.
Yeah.
On the other hand, he does get 100 food right now, most likely. So he will pick that up instead.
Yeah, I agree. He should just he's trying to not lose more HP. I think he wants to preserve his HP.
It makes sense. And it's a little bit risky, but not very risky. Like,
he already has 100 wood in treasure, so.
And you know that's not the most likely place where Ants would be.
Ants picked up his wood. I guess it's just a miss macro, but yeah, I see it is the only reason it's the old map is that it's elephants instead of deers. That's your start. It's Nilgai though, but I think that's the change.
Both players doing quite a good job at killing their elephants close to the TC.
Yeah, I agree. Especially the second elephant for blue is really nice placed, and also the second elephant for Ants is also really well placed.
The first you can't really do much about because you have to kill it where it is right there, really.
Ants should move some of his wheels through his town center now because the elephant will run out any second soon. Yeah,
he should have done that already. Yeah, I agree.
And maybe he will be able to age up actually before. I think he was aging.
He did have 100 food.
Yeah, so I think he's aging actually. He did age before it ran out, so it was okay. He's up quickly. He's a perfect age up. I guess Yurashic has the same.
Yeah, he's aging right now because
his wheels are moving to. He has a lot of coin because he don't need to shop wood because all the treasures. He probably has enough for a blockhouse already.
Yeah, he should have for sure.
You can probably check the timeline and stuff. I don't want to do that, but because then I'll lose the XP bar.
Yeah, then I have to resign, and I don't know if that will cause lag or anything.
No, I don't. I think it will be okay.
Nah, I'll just do it like this.
Okay.
Some good old-fashioned guesswork. Anyway, still 50 coin here and 40 coin here that the players did not identify. Both being close to each other with the blockhouses. Ants is here already sieging down Yurashic's blockhouse.
I would have liked him to continue the siege instead of taking that treasure.
Yeah, I agree. This treasure is not
It's
too
just
important, and he
yeah.
could have sieged off like 600
HP,
HP.
and that's
from
more than
blockhouse.
30 food worth, actually.
Yeah, that too, and because they're so close to each other, it's really gonna matter a lot. To he still sieged off like 400, so that's nice.
I guess both will do. Oh, he hasn't shopped coin for wood, not for musks, but he got 50 coin. Maybe he has another small coin treasure. Let's look through the treasures right here. Yeah, he has 20 coin as well, so he has probably enough for muskets really soon.
And he's gathering also with the 2 vills forward.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
Let's see what will happen. I expect both players to rush each other right now because they know 5 muskets already coming here. The blockhouse is being repaired by ants, by Yurashic, but it will
just go
fully
back.
repair right now. Yeah, and he is gonna lose 1 musketeer.
Yeah, he did. I don't have the XP bar anyway because I had to change UI.
And both are going to lose their explorer. It seems like.
Or I think Reddit's Explorer is surviving. Oh, I don't like this engagement. It's so risky and really bad.
It's in a really bad position here for ants, and Yurashic already killed 1 musketeer from red, so he will get ahead quite a lot in this fight.
Oh, this
also,
is so bad.
The reinforcements coming faster from Yurashic, probably down to that 500.
10 sterlets comes
200
out.
wood. Yeah.
He should have waited for that 10 sterlets to pop.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, there's still like 2.5 Cossack left for blue, and there are no musketeers left for ants. So
And I like that
blue
blue is just going straight for his base because there is no point in fighting at this blockhouse right now. And for
I don't know if I like that. He can be in trouble right now. If Minutemen had come there with the Cossacks, then he could have killed like all those Cossacks.
I think
and
he
the
could have
musketeer.
engaged anyway because the Cossacks were so low HP and the 9 sterlet will one hit all the musk. So
Yeah.
but now forced Cossacks do pop out for Yurashic as well.
And
I don't like the blockhouse placement for red. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's in an awkward position right
Yeah,
now.
really,
You
because-
can't really stand behind it.
Yeah, and it covers some of this line of sight covers the cliff, and that's useless line of sight basically.
It's harder to siege though, but I mean he lost like a bit.
Oh.
Nice.
Sterlet pop. I would like to see Cologne Militia right now.
But he lost, like, if he still had those first few musketeers, then he would have been okay. But right now, there are
He
more
is in a-
musketeers than there are strelets, and the Cossack killed all of the other strelets on the other side. So the game is pretty much over.
Yeah.
He's gonna lose this blockhouse, and there's no way that he can train more units from it.
You should aim to low HP Cossacks.
Yeah, he should, but he is doing that right now.
Yeah, he's, and also it's too low HP musk he can kill. I guess. Ooh.
13 strelets coming from both players, it seems.
And 5 musk as well. He
5
is
musk,
messing up
but-
he melee his strelets instead of.
I don't think it mattered. His first engagement cost him the game, basically.
Yeah, it did. It was too aggressive.
Yeah. He could have won it maybe if he had immediately gone to siege down the blockhouse, but he didn't, unfortunately, and lost too much.
This is actually real ironic. We spent like 20 minutes getting this
Yeah.
game done, and it takes 7 minutes and it's over.
Yeah. All right, good game to both. I'm gonna eat something and then do the Garja interview later on.
Yeah.
In about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, it will start.
Is there other games?
I think Sampu against.
H2O versus Soy should start in about 20 minutes.
Okay, and Sampu also in 2 hours.
I can maybe do H2O versus Soy right now. If Soy, I know he likes to hang around in the Twitch chat, and I saw right